Hey guys, so my wife and I just finished making a video response about what I'm about to make a video about, and it was a response to us watching a video by Pyperh or Krista, and so we did it, and we went to upload it, and it just deleted. So I'm redoing the video, and it's pet peeves. So she did a video about her top 5 pet peeves. And so right now, one of my biggest pet peeves is technology. I hate technology right now. But yeah, because it was like a 10-minute video that now I have to remake. And I actually liked the video going, so dang it. But yeah, so she wanted video responses, so I figured I wanted to do a video response, so I wanted to do one, and I'm gonna do it. Okay, so number one pet peeve is people who slurp their drinks or liquid food or any kind of liquid stuff. Right?
What?
Slurping.
Yeah.
So, what I mean by slurping is that. So, people that slurp like cold stuff, I don't get that. So, or sometimes you can help it like with a straw, so that's whatever. I can get that.
I can't help it when there's ice in my drink.
Ice sometimes I can kind of understand that one, but
Kinda.
but other ones like taking a spoon in a bowl full of soup and slurping it because it's hot, and you think that slurping it is gonna make it colder, but it doesn't, and just so that's a big thing for me because I grew up in a house where if you slurped or crunched your food or you just something that wasn't polite eating, you got smacked on the back of the head, and it's just ruined me for life. And it just bugs my ears. It's like a scratching on a chalkboard.
So you get mad when people crunch their chips?
Yes.
You have to be lying.
No.
I
It's not as bad as slurping. Because slurping really, unless you have like a plugged nose, there's really no reason for you to slurp.
What about like crunching even if your mouth is closed?
Well, that's a different thing. You have like carrots that are crunchy.
Or chips.
Or chips. And like if you have the, like, if you put like 7 chips in your mouth and you're trying to eat it and it's crunchy, well then.
Says the woman who puts a handful of popcorn in her mouth.
Popcorn's not that loud. It's slurping in general, okay? Just, ugh. That's number 1. Number 2 is cats. So Krista had one. Oh, her pet peeve was her cat who liked to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning and making it so she can't sleep. And I totally agree with her. I know cats are nocturnal animals, but Jesus, oh my God. My wife and I got into a fight one day. Well, not a fight, just like a nice little bicker because I said, I understand cats are nocturnal creatures, but they can totally adjust to domestic time. And she just posted it on Facebook and thought it was the funniest thing in the world that I thought the cats should adjust their schedule to our schedule. But, I mean, yeah. So, in our house, we have 2 cats. And we got the second cat to occupy the younger cat because he was getting fat and he was getting kind of depressed because he came from a house that had a dog and animals outside and attention all the day long and everything like that. So we got a second cat who's like 3 years older than he is, and she's like 10 bajillion times worse than he is. So we have 2 scratching posts in our house. So you've got one by the door, as you can see, and one right over here by by us, and they very rarely use them. So the younger one, he just doesn't like to claw things in general. Well, he does, but not the scratching post.
He doesn't like to what?
Claw things.
He doesn't? Look at the mattress.
But our little pumpkin Dino, she would rather claw at the carpet by the door, like by the front door. So we'd have to put a mat there because she's destroyed the carpet. Um, Krista said that she would like lock her cat out of her bedroom, like kind of as a timeout kind of thing. We can't do that because she claws at the carpet at the door and like will stick her hand under the door and you get this like click 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 noise from the not even like a click, it's like a slight banging noise of the door rattling in the frame. And then she does the same thing that um, Krista said that Pyperh does, which is like cries like you forgot her somewhere. But she doesn't do that because you've locked her out of her room. She'll just randomly go into the kitchen and start doing it. And like my wife said, the bed, so we don't have a frame for our bed. It's just the box spring and the mattress on top of it, and they're just laying on the floor because it's from one that I've had from forever, and I broke the frame. So,
You can take a plunger in this thing.
sorry, she's playing a video game that she hasn't played in forever. Um, so they like in the middle of the night will start bickering and fighting, right? And you have that clawing on the carpet, and you hear them like one jump on top of the dryer, and the other one like and then they come running into the bedroom, and one of them jumps onto the bed and like lands on your feet, or they decide that the bed is now a scratching post in the middle of the night, so they start scratching at the bed. So you kick the bed because you know they're there, and you're just like, stop it. And then they attack your feet, thinking that you're trying to play with them, but then you have these little claw marks all over your feet or up your legs, or yeah, cats. Hate them, love them, hate them at the same time. That's number 2. Number 3 is what's number 3?
They're your pet peeves.
When you go out somewhere and you are trying to get information that you need for something important. So I feel very repetitive because I just did this video. But anyways,
I feel that you're very repetitive considering it's the fourth time I've heard this.
sorry. We watched the video for this for the top 5 pet peeves, and then I kind of went off on a rant without having the video camera on, and I think I got all my anger out about everything beforehand. But okay, so then anyway, so my wife and I have been waiting for a year and a half for her immigration stuff to go through. So just yesterday she was approved to be a permanent resident in Canada. So yay! And so we started going to the registry and doing name change for myself because I'm legally taking her last name and all that kind of stuff and getting her Alberta health care and all that glorious. So we go to the registry office today to get the Alberta health care, her Alberta health care put onto my plan so that she can have health coverage here. And it's all free and whatever, so I go in there and I explain what's going on and the lady on the other side of the counter is just staring at me. So I understand when you're talking to somebody that you don't have to make eye contact, but you just know that they're not listening to you, right? They just don't give a shit. And so she's like staring at me like, and between me and my wife, just like looked bored out of her mind. And then also like we had like something on my head, like I had like a bird or something had bugs in my hair or whatever, and my hair's clean, and yeah, it's bright red, and I have blonde that's turned pink because of the red, but yeah, and my wife. So I was to give you an ID that says Laura on it, and you look at her, and she kind of looks like a guy, but
Kind of.
kind of. So that might throw people off, but come on, you work in a public service where, and in a country where gay marriage and everything like that is accepted. So you have to be, kind of flexible on what you think. And it just is really unprofessional to me. That's what I don't like about it. Or like we go to Service Canada to get her social insurance number so she can start working. And actually, it was a different thing, but same place. But we go there, and I ask this lady for some information, and she gives me a list of like a piece of paper, and she was great on that aspect. She gives me the piece of paper and stares at my chest as she gives me the paper. So I'm wearing a tank top just because it's was a nice out day. So like it came to here. Like so yeah, you get a little bit of cleavage going, but not a whole lot of cleavage. And she's just staring. We leave the office and my wife is like, "Did you see that she like totally staring at you?" I'm like, "So unprofessional. Government building and you're staring at people's chests like, oh." But yeah, just people not making eye contact, like not even looking at you in a professional or respectful manner when you're trying to talk to them. That's a big pet peeve of mine. And people who drag their feet, that's another one. So that's number 4. Um, so there was this like teenage kid in the mall today, just looked really scruffy. Just the outfit got me, and
Can you hand me a pin?
it just made me laugh because he must have ridden his bike to the mall. I'm hoping because if he's had
He walked with the bicycle
his
helmet.
bicycle helmet on in the mall. So, you know, you get off your bicycle, if you're going to be walking around in the mall, you're obviously going to take your helmet off and, like, carry it, right? Normal people do that, right? No?
What?
Yes? Do you take your helmet off to walk around a mall?
I never wore a bicycle helmet.
So, he's walking down the mall, he's got his helmet still on, really, like a scraggly old t-shirt with, like, that's dirty and everything like that, wearing windbreaker pants that are tucked into his socks so they didn't get caught in his bike pedals and his spokes and everything like that. And then wearing these dress shoes that are like all tattered on the sides and like falling apart. And he's got his head down while walking through the mall and not even paying attention to everybody else that's around him. So it wasn't very busy, but if it was, he totally would have been running into people or just expecting people to run out of his way, like to get out of his way. So that in itself is a big no, drives me nuts. But he's dragging his feet while he's doing it. So he's got his head down, he's text messaging, not paying attention to what he's doing, and you get this like scratchy noise of shoes on floor, and it's like tile floor because it's a public mall, right? Duh. Just the whole way. And you know, we're trying to get to the other end of the mall, so you can't just stop and like go into another store because like most of the stores in this stretch just they didn't call to us, right? So and a lot of them are like cell phone stores, so you don't want to go in there because they're gonna think people want to buy something, and I don't want to get pressured into buying a phone. So and then you don't want to walk faster than them to get around them and whatever. But yeah, or like when people drag their feet when they go into a store and set off the sensors because the static electricity sets off the sensors and then they get mad at you. So I used to work in a store that I just recently quit from that it would set it off. Or when I was younger, if I wore this one sweater and I wore this purse that I used to have that was like a handmade purse of like this really fuzzy material that I got for my birthday from my mom's friend. If I wore those two together, they would rub a lot, so I would touch the metal for the car door and it would give me a static shock. And I would walk through the bay, so for any of you Canadian watchers, um, the bay sucks for static electricity and their sensors. But it's a very big store in Canada here, and it's the Hudson's Bay Company. But you walk through and you have that static from your purse rubbing against your shirt, and it just beep 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 beep. God. But yeah, so people that drag their feet drive me nuts. Yep. Yep. think I'm good.
You sure?
Did I miss anything? But yeah. So those are my pet peeves, and um, I'm sure there's more. So I'm sure I'll probably do like a pet peeves part 2 video, pet peeves part 3 video. Um, but yeah, if I offended anybody that's watching, I'm sorry. But
Bit late, don't you think,
we
sweetheart?
we all have our pet peeves, so yeah. But I'll post the link for Krista's video down below, and I appreciate any comments or video responses to mine or her videos so I can watch both of them because I'm a YouTube watching fiend. And I yeah, I think that's it. All right, bye.